Hey, what's up guys? Guess what? It's a brew day. So my Kolsch kicked last night. I've got 2 active taps, nothing in the fermenter. I caked some chocolate milk stout last night. That's going to take a month. Slight panic. I think I'm going to get a Kolsch in the fermenter now, something that I'll be drinking. It's the 28th of December now. Hopefully I'll be drinking this at the end of January. Trying to keep my beers a little bit longer, condition them a little bit. So the problem with that is there's a big lead time into building up that supply chain. So the Kolsch I'm doing today is very straightforward. It is 4.6 kilos of lager malt and half a kilo of carapils. That's it. Then I'm going to do, I've got some salt, Epsom salt, gypsum and calcium chloride for the mash. Nothing in the sparge. It's going to be just an easy sparge. So I'm literally just going to heat up some water and pour it all through. I'm not going to worry about temperatures or anything like that. Just a rinse more than a sparge. Then it's cascade all the way, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've got 7 drops of cascade, all small drops, but I'm trying to spread out the cascade throughout the boil so that it's from the bittering all the way through to the whirlpool aroma hops. I have a good hop profile across it all. Hopefully it'll work, I don't know. I normally do about 3, maybe 4 hop drops and a dry hop. This is going to be an interesting, what did I say, 7 hop drops. That's whatever, you know. I'll be busy every 5 minutes. This one is estimated to come in at 5.8%. This is dialed into my 3-tier system. Sorry, not 3-tier, 3-vessel system. I'm doing it all in a single vessel today. So I expect my efficiency to be way down. In fact, if I change this efficiency to 66%, which is kind of where I expect it to be, then we're okay. 1048, bitterness of 24.7, I'm aiming for 25 IBUs, so perfect. And then I've got some Kolsch yeast which I've harvested, so it's going to be a pretty straightforward brew day. Not sure now yet whether I'm going to cool it down traditionally with the wort chiller, or if I'm going to just do it the easy way and just let it chill overnight in the fermenter. Let's get brewing. Just to let you know, so there is the additives. I've gone for, I'm not sure if I can focus very well on this, but I've gone for a target of a lager. So you see here, water profile matched to lager using distilled water, and I'm only doing the mash additions but slightly more. So I do 1 gram of salt, 1.6 grams of calcium chloride, 2 grams each of Epsom salt and gypsum, and that's it. The only other things I'm going to add are the yeast nutrient, which goes in I think at 15 minutes, and the Protofloc tablets, which is the same, 15 minutes. And then I'm using Cascade from Timmy Jenkins. This is his 2017 crop, T90 pellets. I think it's about 100 grams, 90 or 100 grams altogether in this batch. I'm aiming for a 22 litre batch, hoping to get 19 in the keg. So I'm just going to put this in, give it a stir around. You can hear it heating up in the background there. It's telling me to mash in at 71.3 degrees with 13 litres. I'm going to adjust that to 20 because I'm brewing in a basket. I just like it to cover the grain bed entirely. So I'll do that and then I'll come back to you perhaps after I've mashed it. Okay, so I'm all mashed in, but I missed my mash temperature by 3 degrees. So I've got one of the elements plugged in and I'm recirculating into the grain basket. I want to get this up to, I think it was 66 degrees for this one. Let me have a look. 65. So 2 degrees. It shouldn't take me too long to get it up to the right temperature, but I have started the mash timer because I've been at this for about 5 minutes already. So good start. Bad calculations. I have gone on about how these, I've never measured the actual volume of these. Okay, she's tucked away, between 65 and 65.5. I've mixed it up as best I can, but looking good. So I'll just let that mash go, probably chill out in the house for a bit, come back. And one thing is, I thought 20 litres would be enough, but because the baskets on feed, the dead space is probably about 7 litres, so I was quite well short, which is why I ended up low on temperature, because I had to add more water that I hadn't heated. So let's just call it a step mash. Yeah, that's what I plan to do, a step mash. I'll actually put that in the notes, just in case it works out better. I don't know. Next step will be the sparge. Okay, so we're boiling. I've done my first hop drop. I'll go through the hop drops with you quickly. So if we go to the design and the recipe, so we've got cascade at 60, which I've already done, and then we've got cascade at 20, so 10 grams, 10 grams, 10 grams at 15, 15 grams at 10, 15 grams at 10 again. So we can just delete one of those and make that 30 grams. Yeah, 30 grams at 15, 15 grams at 5, and then 15 grams at Whirlpool with the 15 minutes Whirlpool at 90 degrees. I'm not using Kvake, I'm actually using Kolsch yeast, so I'll change that as well at some point. We've got a nice rolling boil going on in here. So everything's looking good. Now I'll catch up with you. I might show you a hop drop. They're very exciting. Okay, so reasonably flawless brew day really. I've got one more hop drop, which is in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Then I'm doing a 15-minute whirlpool, and I'll cut it off, give it 20 minutes to settle down, and straight into a cube. Can't be arsed chilling it tonight, so then I'll clean up. I've cleaned up a lot of the stuff already, the grain basket and all that. I try and clean as I go along because you don't want a massive clean up at the end. So I'm literally going to have the pot, the pipes, and like a 5-litre jug. That's all I've got to clean really, so shouldn't take too long. But I'm sitting watching Netflix anyway, so I can let it go with some citric acid for a while, and then with some Starset. Cool, well, good times guys, and that was a pretty easy brew day. I'm hoping I get close to my numbers. I had too much water pre-boil, so I oversparged again, but I've set it to a very vigorous boil, so it boiled with both elements the whole time. So it might turn out alright, might have boiled off enough to get to around 1046. I think 1048 was my target, but from 1035 I'm a bit of a way off. Anyway. Okay, so pretty effortless brew day. Got everything nice and clean. All in all, it took about 6 hours start to finish, so from starting to heat up the strike water all the way to complete clean and chilling with the beer. So I'm happy with that. I ended up with 21 litres at 10:46, and it's pretty clear. It looks good. You can see there's quite a lot of troops settled out there. I did whirlpool though, so it shouldn't all go in the fermenter. Well, it shouldn't have. It's in the fermenter. This is the next morning. I'm warming up the Kolsch yeast. I'm going to ferment this at 17.5 degrees with a half a degree tolerance each side. Should end up with a 4.7, 4.8% if it goes down to 10:10. I'm assuming it might go a little bit lower than that, but it's hard to tell because of the varying mash temperatures that I had. So I missed the mash temperature by, I think it was 3 degrees, then slowly brought it up, and then I added some more water again because I hadn't covered the grain bed properly inside that basket. I hadn't calculated my loss, not my loss, but my dead space, which is probably about 7 litres. So there's a lesson learned there, especially for when I get the Hopcat. I'm going to need to, I think there's a Hopcat Beersmith profile which should just calculate all of that for me, and perhaps I should be using that profile now because it's probably a similar amount of dead space at the bottom. So the water to water to grist ratio was probably okay inside the basket. It wasn't too spread out. And I spent the last 15 minutes with full recirculation. So that was when I was bringing it up to 75 degrees, which is effectively a mash out, but I didn't. Literally my sparge was 2 litres of water straight over the top of the grain bed. Okay, well I think I've waffled on long enough, so that's this will be pitched today in about half an hour once it's warmed up. I've just got it near a heater just so that it warms up a little bit quicker but not shocked. And then it's 2-3 weeks, and hopefully, so the Kolsch cake that's in my Keyser at the moment kicked on Friday last week. So I've got a cake, the chocolate, and well, it's got everything in it that's down now, so hopefully it works. That'll go in, the Kolsch will go into the cake that comes out of here, and hopefully I can let that condition for a month before I need it. Cool. Well, catch you guys on the flip side.